solution. Everything has a solution. Everything has a solution. Do you have it on the thing here? On the top? What is that sound? Because it's kind of touching it. Watch out. Excuse me.
I was trying to do that.
Thank you. Well, then say something. Brandon, can you move it? Or, something? No, you have to move the phone. Hey, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? How is everybody doing tonight?
What's going on? What's going on?
What's up? Let me see if I can even put this on here before. My phone dies. Yeah, that's why we should have left it off in the beginning. How y'all doing tonight? Y'all getting the real deal, like the VIP, because I'm working on this thing. It's not setting up right. You got Mr. Brendan. They can't see you. Need some lotion real quick. What's up? What's up?
Again, we live on YouTube. Go to the Barker family. Not the Barker family, but Barker family.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to put this.
Oh, you went back to your song.
Yeah, because yours wasn't playing.
Mm. Or you didn't have enough patience to leave mine on.
No, I did have enough patience.
Anyways, hi guys. Happy Wednesday. How are you? Where y'all chiming in from?
Look,
Let me
trying
fix
to be
this.
slick with the audio. Knowing she don't even hook up the audio.
Anyways, he told me help set up, so I was helping set up. And then when I do help set up, it's an issue. So that's why I don't help to set up.
What's today's topic? Perfect wife?
Perfect wife. Oh. Let's get it. Let's go. Listen.
Yeah.
This lighting over here is everything. My lips is popping. Hair flossed.
Hey, y'all get the real deal over here.
Yeah, don't think I be nice to Brandon all the time.
Yeah,
now.
for real.
Don't get it twisted, because I say what I gotta say. Remember, I'm from up north, Shawty low. Okay, this little Shawty is from the A. You know what we say, how we do what we do. Don't play. What's up? What is this? Okay, that's lame. So let's go ahead and get started.
Oh, it's lame because I put the Leo on. I threw it back.
Yeah, okay. Let's get started, babe, because I don't want to be late. We have to hop on this trade in a short while. We got to go to bed by 10:30. Can we lower the volume? We don't own the rights to this. We do not own the rights to this. One of the love things is called patience, right? Y'all know that, right? You have to have patience for your lover, your spouse. So, the perfect wife. First, listen, y'all chiming in. Thank y'all for hopping on. Happy Wednesday, Women Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Where y'all chiming in from?
You just cut me off.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
He is really close to working it tonight, right? Is your thing clean? Women Wednesday, Wealthy Wednesday, Wife Wednesday, I like to call it. Which I forgot to put up actually, I don't even gotta put much today for Wife Wednesday, because our topic is about the perfect the perfect wife. So on my Facebook I titled it what is the perfect wife, or I think something like that, to get more entertainment kind of thing. We are still reading the book. And Brandon, go ahead. You was leading it, jumped right in. Where they chiming in from? Blah blah blah.
Oh, so we're on chapter 10, the perfect wife. Where you guys chiming in from? Let us know where you at. Where you getting on the call at from? We're right here in the A.
Right here. So,
just let us know where you guys chiming in from. We're gonna get on this subject, the perfect wife. We're gonna get into it real quick, right?
That's my nephew. Hola, hola. Okay, so let's jump right into it. The perfect wife. This chapter was actually 20 or 30 pages long, so we might have to cut off in the middle. Not too sure. So the perfect wife. First, I do want to get into, do y'all think there is such thing as a perfect wife? Husbands, definitely chime in. Wives, really right now, babe. Wives, what do y'all think? Are y'all perfect? Do you try to be perfect? Do you strive for perfectness, or for perfectionist? Are you that person? Are you that wife? Let's talk about it, okay? So,
go.
see that? Meditation has been helping me. I take deep breaths. I just listen to me breathing and feel my lungs, how he says in the audio we listen to, and then let it.
Woosah.
Practice that with me, wives. Practice that, guys. But because I really want to knock him out every 5 minutes, seconds.
No, she don't.
I really was about to right now because you like trying to do a whole date thing in the middle of a live. But anyways, the perfect wife. Do you think it's perfect wife? Do you think such a thing?
Do I think there's such thing as a perfect wife? Yes, I do.
Oh gosh. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. What did I highlight?
If it's going by the content that is read in this chapter,
I'm the perfect wife.
It is
I'm
a
the
such
one
thing.
that, there is one, or I'm the one.
You're the one. Cause guess what? I don't make no wrong choices. I'm always right.
Really? No, I'm not even gonna respond to what he wasn't right on. Okay. But anyway, let's get to it. But it is possible to keep them so happy that they think of us as perfect, because in the details that matter most of them, we have learned to please them. So this is going, actually, like Brenda said, according to this content, the perfect wife, called, perfect. It's not what you guys are thinking, but what this is saying, there is perfect. He sees the wife in a perfect from his eyes, right?
In his light.
Ourselves, your servants for Jesus' sake. So this talks about we as wives, we should be treating the husband as we would treat, serve, Jesus and serve God, and that's how we should portray the marriage, right? It says right here, it begins with the attitude of thinking about him instead of being preoccupied with myself. Mm-hmm. So that's what that means. So before I kind of go into that, let me read what perfect is, right? It says right here, the chapter title with perfect in quotation marks should suggest that we will be using perfect in a somewhat different manner than which the dictionary decrees with its list of lofty definitions. This is what perfect is in the dictionary: without blemish or defect, completely skilled, thoroughly effective, having all the qualities necessary. But then that last definition gives pause for thought: having all the qualities necessary. To assure your husband that you're the perfect wife for him, there it is. Exactly what this chapter is about. Assuring your husband that you're the perfect wife for him.
All right.
No, I told you my throat dry. I don't know why. What else? So going into Proverbs 31. So guys, if you've been following me, I put about 2 or 3 posts today about the Proverbs 31 wife, women. It goes over how right here, this kind of wife will do her husband good and not evil all the days of her life. The behavior that pleases him flows out of an inner attitude that I have already chosen for myself. The attitude that my husband is the king of my household and the king of my marriage. I put a post today, and I put a comment today asking wives, do you believe your husband is the king? Do you treat him as the king of the house every day? Not just, oh, he's the king in the bed, or oh, he's the king when we go out because he shops and spends the money on me, or oh, he's the king on his birthday or Father's Day or Valentine's Day. It's every day. And one of the things I want to ask is, if you're on, once you guys listening to this, do you title him as the king? Like, do y'all tell your husband, hey, you're my king, I love you? Like, yes, king. I know it sounds crazy. For some of my old folks out here, you're probably like, yes, king. You know what I mean? Not in the slave mentality, but as serving your husband. Next to the Lord, he is the one I want to please the most. Why are you looking at me like that? He is my top priority right after Christ. So it is my joy and privilege to treat my husband as my Lord. Now, I know I'm going to have somebody out there commenting, your husband is not your Lord. What do you mean, my king? You can't put him first as the Lord. That's like the obsessive, or you're idolizing, or no. That's why it strongly says next to the Lord, he's the one to please the most. So you're not going to please God and then your kids, your friends, your best friend, your mom, your dad, your brother, your uncle, your cousin, your sister, and then your spouse. Right, babe?
Right.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Just go ahead.
What? Speak, brother. You over there cheesing.
No, I'm just,
Look, lip glossing and popping.
No, I'm just understanding, how everything went earlier today.
When I was like, it was so good. So, think about that. It's God, your husband, and then the rest. So, of course, if he's next to Lord, you're not going to idol. If you are obsessive and idolizing your husband, that's the problem. So, we're not going to go there. The more you please your husband, the more he is going to be eager to please you.
Mm-hmm. Do I do that?
Yes. You be trying to be like, well, in all senses or what senses?
All senses.
In all senses? Yeah, you've been working on out serving me when it comes to certain things. I've been doing a lot better, as I would say, on like kitchen things, housely duty things. I haven't been talking, I haven't been complaining about it. Every day, 4 out of 5, doing the dishes. And you said it, like, babe, I got the dishes. No, it's fine. It's okay, babe.
But I still got them.
It don't matter who got it. I'm just saying the attitude changes. The way you look at things.
I think the thing that so far, I think it's the attitude.
It's on how you
the attitude.
Respond.
Yeah, the attitude is the main thing that I'm getting from what I'm reading through this chapter.
The more he attempts to please you, the more you are going to be happy and satisfied, and you are going to try even more to do the things that make him happy. Wives, have y'all caught yourself doing that? I've caught myself doing that. Have you?
Caught myself doing.
No, the wife, me.
Yeah.
Have you caught me like, oh, she knows I like this, so she's doing this more, so I could be more happy? You ain't noticed that?
Some of the stuff that I see as we go, like on our day-to-day stuff, I see you doing more, and you being like, you changing it up. You doing a lot of changing up. Like early, like now, like presentation is everything. You know what I mean? So now, early in the morning, even though she works from home, she looking like she going to the office somewhere. You know what I mean?
You be excited.
Yeah.
When I call him in the morning, he be like, "Oh, babe," and I'm like, "Hey, sunshine, how you doing?"
Yeah.
Little lippy lips. Look at them glossy things. You want me to get that for you? This is the glorious cycle of response that we call a cycle for a cycle that never ends. So think about it. If you're out pleasing each other, if you're out serving each other, it's going to be continuous. And next thing you know, you're 25 years married and you're still doing this cycle. Correct. It just doesn't like, oh, just for Father's Day, let me serve him.
No.
Oh, just for your birthday or anniversaries. It should be like a continuous. And this was hard even for us, a lot, for me. Because I used to be like, nope, serve me.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have, I thought I was the queen of the queens, which I am, but you still should, reciprocate
so
that.
So is it true the saying "happy wife, happy life"? Does that apply to this?
Yeah, because if you're doing the cycle of I'm making you happy and doing everything I can, then you're gonna come back and make me happy and see what I like. Like for example, with this song.
Yeah.
I wanted the song. You came out of nowhere and changed it. That's why I was upset before this, but I said, you know what, it's cool. You want that song? Leave that song on. But then because I was making him happy, leave it on. I'm not even gonna argue about this. Just leave the song. You obviously had a song in mind, so it made him happy to put his song. But then he was like, okay, I know she was happy about her song, so then he came back and reciprocated it and put my song on. So then I was happy, but I'm like, yo, I said it was cool. So I think it's good. Sometimes it's a little stubbornness in you that you'd be like, oh, whatever, I just don't want her to talk back to me. Sometimes.
Pick your battles.
Whatever. He will feel that whatever you do is all right. You have proved yourself to be just the right wife for him.
Yeah, and about that song, it wasn't no song playing when I came in here. It was like some other stuff playing.
No, it was a song that was on, but then I rewinded it too much. It was a slower R&B song. So I was waiting for that to finish because I saw the playlist to go to the next song.
Yeah.
That was the whole issue. So maybe we could have communicated that better. When it comes to the sex relationship, we must be pleased ourselves in order to please our husbands. That's big
So that's
because
pretty much working on yourself, right?
yeah, so you must be pleased with you,
Mm-hmm.
with your attitude,
Your inner
self, your looks, your money, your
vibe.
life, your body, your vibe, your energy. Because you feel good, then you're gonna make him feel good.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi pick on.
Huh? Oh. You just gonna
Yeah,
just like that, right?
Yeah.
See, I don't really want to do that. Okay, so less than 40% of married couples consistently enjoy maximum fulfillment and orgasms in intercourse. Less than 40%
Less than 40%.
enjoy the maximum. What is it? Fulfillment and orgasm in intercourse. That's really sad.
That is bad.
That's horrible.
But see, that's just letting you know that people don't know how to have an orgasm, or people are lying about having an orgasm.
And they're not serving each other because they're caring about themselves.
Getting theirs, yeah.
But because they're not pleasing the other one, they're not getting it because the other person's not pleased. So good. They know they don't have a good sex relationship, but they suspect everyone else does, and they are not happy. Dr. We and I believe that good sex is a must for a good marriage. It may not be the most important thing, but if either partner is deprived of sex or dissatisfied with it, then it becomes a major issue.
Mm-hmm.
A satisfactory sex relationship strengthens any marriage. In fact, a oneness in this intimate area often indicates that every part of the marriage will be reinforced.
So what do you think about that?
I've been talking, baby. You can say what you think.
No, what do you think?
What do I think about what? The oneness?
Well, I think about this when I'm listening to you talk about it, right? I think far as being, like you said, being happy with yourself is allowing you to be able to please your spouse. And like you said, not just inner self, but physically, right? Have you ever, I don't know, maybe this is crazy, but
here we go about something about weight or something.
No, it ain't about weight. No, weight. But have you ever seen two couples and you like, man, I'm pretty sure they have a good time together?
I actually, you know me, y'all know me. I be telling Brandon sometimes, I'm like, yo, she bad, he bad, they get it popping. I know they get it popping. They gotta have the best sex in life. But then again, now that we're reading so much research, sometimes there's a lot of front.
Yeah.
Like less than 40%.
Yeah.
So that means that even if we might think like, yo, he's fine, she fine, they probably work out together and get it popping every time. They probably don't.
Yeah.
And it's, or she does, or they do, but maybe she don't finish, or
yeah.
Man. I think this is good right here. It says, in fact, the oneness in this intimacy area often indicates that every part, that's a big deal. The oneness in intimacy often indicates that every other part in their marriage is going to be reinforced. So think about it. For all my marriages out there, if you're having certain issues in your marriage, right? Let's say, I don't know, finances, romance, sexually, trust, communication, whatever. That is affected. Yeah, that's going to reflect and affected by your oneness. That means your oneness is not one. Like, it's not here, right? It's a little bit separated. When your oneness, the intimacy, really sexually mainly, because that's what the oneness is, when that's really put together, all the things around your marriage reflects the greatness of that, and it's reinforced. So it basically enlightens it. Which is true, because now that we're noticing more oneness in us, now that we're understanding the connection and all that, the intimacy, everything in our marriage has been aligning. The businesses, the money, the kids, the friendships, the trust, the communication.
You're right about that.
It's good, right? Good stuff. Let's see. Let's go down here. They need to understand the specifics of sex experience when it's arousal, response, and climax. And that is why we have made this book. So it talks about marriages. Lots of times they don't discuss, they don't communicate. They're not very often talking about, did they have, climax? Was it arousal? Was it responsive? Was it they just kind of just go with the flow and they don't even have a communication about it? So that's talking about, that's a big need when it comes to marriage. Then it goes down, what is left unsolved falls into the categories of attitudes and communication. Some counselors have suggested that as much as 80% of the difficulty lies in these areas. What are the areas? Attitudes and communication. The first one. Evaluate your attitude. Here you go, sir. It's your turn. You're just hanging out for the day.
No, I just wanted to go because, as far as the perfect wife. So, like I just said in the beginning, attitude is everything, right? So, attitude towards sex and towards your husband. Oh, let me go back a little bit. This calls for some time alone when you can honestly evaluate your attitude towards sex and towards your husband as a lover. So we talked about this in the last call about you being a lover or your husband being a lover, right? And so how is your attitude towards them, right? Is that a positive attitude? Do they get a positive vibe, a positive energy? Are y'all really vibing like y'all say y'all are? Is everything cool? Are y'all, got a lot of stuff settled and things out in the open that you need to talk about, right? And then are you more of a lover towards your husband when it comes down to it, right? So are you giving him them love signals, those non-verbal communication signals that he know that you're ready for tonight? Are you doing things like, preparing the day, setting the tone, as being, because we're going over being the perfect wife. And then it says, it goes into the next paragraph, begin with your attitude towards sex in general, right? And when you read the word sex, what do you think about? What comes to your mind, right? Oh, that's what it said. Yeah. What comes to your mind? Does the thing
what comes
like
to your mind
when I think about
when it says when you what does it say when you see the word sex?
Yeah, I think enjoyment. Sex. I think pleasure.
You don't get a picture?
Like I get more emotions and feelings. Okay. You know what I mean?
Not I.
She's more visual when it comes to it, right? So it says some things are warm and loving and tender and yielding, right? Or perhaps something that's a bit distasteful and unpleasant. Now, it's some people when they say sex, they've got the ill face, like sex, really.
Well, and see that's and the other thing is it matters who you're talking with or who this is, because I'm hoping that since you're married, if maybe your spouse has been through abuse or what's the word, when you get touched,
any physical trauma previous to you getting married and stuff,
or when you're a child,
molested,
there you go, molestation and things like that. So I think that's a big role. When some people think of sex, they're like, nah, don't really touch me, maybe just once or twice to kind of please my husband, but they're still affected with the trauma. So that's a big situation in a marriage that, can also affect.
Now, let me ask you about that, since you're a therapist. Now, do you think that's something that should have been dealt with previous towards marriage? Or is something that can still linger on into marriage?
I think it's both, because not everyone talks about that when they're younger, and sometimes it's even hard to even tell the person you're dating that you had a scenario.
Yeah.
Some people don't. Like I've seen scenarios where even marriage, the husband didn't know, and the wife is trying to find a way how to really talk about why their sex is not good, because the husband doesn't know, like, why is she not into it, why she doesn't like it, why she's not pleased, why this. But in the background, in the back of her mind, every time he touches her, she's thinking about when she was 10 years old and the grandfather grabbed on her or something.
All right, so let me think about this right here. And I'm not singling nobody out or anything. I'm just talking in general. So, previous to being married, which, that's a sin to have sex before marriage, but some people do it. It happens, right?
Mhm.
So, in that sense, right? Were you that reserved type person, and you know what you was getting into when you got into the marriage? You get what I'm saying? Before
What do you
the
mean?
so you was having sex before marriage, right?
Mhm.
Nowadays that's more common. People are living together before marriage to see how that person is, and if that's who they really want to be. That's what's going on nowadays. It shouldn't be like that, but that's what's going on. So why, once you get the ring on, or once these problems are starting to become effective, when like during the dating scene we had it popping, you know what I'm saying, or like before we got
Well, see,
married.
I don't believe, I speaking as me, do not believe that you had a pop-in dating scene and then you got married and you all of a sudden don't like sex. I don't believe that is a case. I think that you had a great intimacy before you got married with that spouse, and then once you got married, I think the spouses started to go separate routes, and the routines, you know how we talk about the routines, the
Yeah.
dating, the love making, all the stuff we've been talking about to keep rekindling the love, I think that starts shredding. Now, if you have that spouse that they're like, yo, my sex it's not my thing, or I don't like it, or this and that, that person, I guarantee you 9 out of 10 had the issues before even marriage.
Okay. All right.
You know what I mean? Like maybe it wasn't discussed, like I said, or maybe something happened. Maybe they grew up in a household where it was so strict that it wasn't seen as delightful to even have sex with your spouse. So now that they're married, even before probably marriage, they wasn't getting it in as much. Now that they're married, they're probably still not getting it in as much. And now the other spouse is like, okay, we're married. We should be having more fun.
Yeah.
Because maybe the spouse thought it was gonna flip. Maybe, oh, now we're married. Maybe she'll give me more. And it's like, nah, that person grew up with a different mentality.
Okay.
So again, I would say that's needed some therapy. Me personally, I would say therapy is needed, and not in a bad way, but in the sense of you have to work through it.
Mm-hmm.
If one of the other spouses is saying, oh, when they see sex, they think of disgust or dislike, or I can't stand him, or whatever, let me turn around and try not to give him some and act like I'm asleep because I don't want it. Well, if you're that situation, definitely seek some counseling, because it's further than just, oh, I'm not feeling him. Go ahead.
Another question: do you endure sex as a duty or as an anticipation of with delight? You know, do people feel like it's their job to have sex? Like, oh, I gotta.
So we're talking about the perfect wife.
Yeah.
So
and this is about attitude and communication.
So attitude and communication. As the wife, do you have a bad attitude towards sex on the aspect of you make your husband feel like this is a job? That's basically what we're trying to find. Like the perfect wife is not doing that.
Yeah. Oh, it's time to go to work now.
Like the perfect wife is not, oh, I gotta go to sleep, or oh, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or it's already been once this week. Like you're good. That's why we're discussing the perfect wife. Remember, the beginning of this chapter says the perfect wife is the Proverbs, right? It's the wife that wants her husband to delight in her, to love with her, and things like that. So the perfect wife is not having these attitudes or communicating about sex, like, oh, it's a job, or what's the other one? Or it's unpleasant.
Yeah.
Sex should always be pleasant and delightful with your spouse. Granted, of course, there's sometimes things happen. You might be not feeling it. You might, it's every once in a while scenario, like once in a blue. But like most of the time, unpleasant or not feeling it or something, there's a deeper root to that, and I think that's a big deal.
Well, this is what I like. The last chapter talked about pretty much if you really having you really some love maker couples or whatever. It talked about y'all like are reliving the honeymoon phase. Like what happened to that? You get what I'm saying? Like after you got married, like y'all wasn't getting it in. You know what? After y'all got married, y'all didn't do nothing on the honeymoon. Y'all just did it casually or whatever. Y'all just the honeymoon is the time where y'all supposed to really be into each other.
So maybe I think this is the idea that I just got while you mentioned the honeymoon thing. Maybe for the marriages out there, like if you're replaying or whatever, if you've been married, I want to say less than 3 years. If you've been married 3 years or less, if you've been married 3 years or less, put in the comments, 3 years or 2 years or 1 year or even just a month, 6 months, because we would love to ask you. We would love to get into that topic of understanding. Are you still in the honeymoon stage, or was it just that weekend, or what's going on? Because for us, it's been 6 years, right? And I think, like for me, I think it's gotten better. I don't know about you, if you think it's kind of died, because they say it's the opposite. They say you get married and things start dying.
No,
I don't know. I don't know why, but that's what they say.
It also says, it also asks another question: are you warm and responsive to your husband, love making, or do you scoot over to the other side of the bed, hoping he won't be showing any interest? Like that right there is already showing denial.
What would you do?
What you mean, like?
What would you do if I was dead serious and like turned over and was like, nah, you good, I'm straight? Because I don't think I've ever done that seriously. I think I've done it when I'm like, babe, I'm just real tired, I'm sleepy.
If I'm used to getting it on a regular, I'm cool. All right, you tired, I understand it. But if you're really holding out a lot longer, then we really got to discuss some things, because what I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you, I don't want no infidelity to come in between us, right? And if you're not showing me that love, I don't want to have my mind and myself wondering elsewhere.
And it doesn't mean that you're saying it's okay to go and be intimate with someone else because the wife is not doing it.
But I don't want to get entertained by somebody. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
The devil
and that's what happens. It says sex is not where we at. It takes time to establish true great relationship, which I understand that, as you grow in your marriage and stuff, you got to start learning each other. That's basically what it's saying about that. We look at, what we say?
How you look at yourselves. How we look at ourselves.
Yeah, how do you look at yourself, And this is the thing about the attitude and communication, because you can also have nonverbal communication and you can have good attitude. And you always put your mind in a good attitude with your emotions. Your emotions and your attitude works together, right? Mm-hmm. So when you're feeling good about a situation, that should transfer over to your spouse, basically. Yeah. It should be a reflection of your spouse. Like if you're doing good, feeling good, everything should be more like a reflection of your spouse, because y'all are one and that's your partner.
And that's true, because, I think I mentioned before that like we started working out together, and I'm gonna tell y'all, listen, when I was in Colombia and I heard, B was making some moves or whatever, I was like, he's not gonna leave me behind. I literally got my own motivation while in Colombia, not eat arepas every day or buñuelos all the time, which is like not the best eating thing to do out there. Rice and beans and your steaks, and I made sure I was having it every so often because I'm still in my country. I'm still gonna have a little bit, but I wasn't going outrageous to come back. And even Brandon was like, "Yo, you better not come back looking like no 20 pounds more." Like he was like not playing that because he's doing his thing, working out. And then when I got back, except for today because my leg's been hurting me, I've been working out with him, being consistent, working on just getting better because you feel better. Like, how am I going to look? I'm sitting back chilling at the crib, doing work or whatever, hanging out with the kids. And he's over here working out 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week. Muscles popping, belly is looking, a lot of things is going on. And I'm over here just the same thickness going on. Mm-hmm. Brandon gonna be like, baby, you see this 6-pack? Like, you see, because he be walking around like, yeah, he be swearing he's hot tamale around this house. I'm like, dude, taking off his shirt, walking around like, yo, you see? So I gotta be like, yo, you see me too. Like, I'm working out, you see the buns popping, like, so it helps to feel good about yourself and to bring that intimacy together.
And bring that confidence back into,
How does it do that?
Just edit studio.
Why? Edit in studio? No, I don't want to edit in studio. Why am I editing? All right. The next one says, a woman who feels beautiful is going to be beautiful for her husband when they are all alone together, and much more. Uninhabited and lovemaking. I think that's a big deal because if I'm feeling good, Should I go live or just leave
Yeah,
it?
go live.
Because if I'm feeling good, I'm gonna make sure I'm looking good, for my husband. At the same time, what do you think about that? If I'm feeling good, you see what it says? A woman who feels beautiful is going to be beautiful for her husband when they're alone. What do you think about us being alone and me being beautiful?
I think with
Anything comes to mind?
yeah, because the confidence, like this is where you don't have to, if you wear the lingerie, this is where the lingerie part comes out to show all your true curves. As far as the women, show your true curves with your lingerie. This is when you want to go shopping and buy them nice little outfits that turn your husband on.
Remember the little black skirt ladies?
Yep. And also, if you're feeling good about yourself, it make you want to go buy new gym clothes. You want to buy gym clothes, new gym shoes. And when y'all going out, you can wear your nice stuff. Everything fits tight on you, fits good. You looking good. You eating healthy. And
then when you having sex, it's even better because you be like, "Damn, I look good. Look at that thing. Let me bounce more. Let me
So I think when you do work on yourself and feel beautiful about yourself, you already got that confidence. And what he do is re-emphasize that by showing you the love that, like, dang, babe, you looking good. Hey, you can't wear that now. You can't wear that outside, okay?
Brenda's silly. So listen to this part. As we're evaluating ourselves, women, ask yourself, do you accept him as he is? Not only in appearance, but with the kind of temperament, strength, and weaknesses, even in earning ability that he possesses. You see, this is a definite effect on the way you respond to him in lovemaking or the way he approaches you. If you cut him down in words or thoughts, your relationship will be damaged. I had to highlight that because I used to do that. I didn't catch myself. My friend caught me. My friend was like, yo, and this was years ago. My friend was like, she checked me like, you saying that to Brandon? Like you talking like that? You called this, you did. This is, before, I was building Jesus' relationship in my life heavily because he's always been in my life, but I was really building my relationship with God more and understanding the role as a wife and a mom and submitting and things like that. And my friend, and I'm grateful he sent this friend to me, and she's like I call her the Jesus plug, and she was like, "Yo, you're talking like this, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're like breaking Brandon down. What are you doing?" And I was on the phone bawling out, like I was crying. I don't think you knew about this call. I was crying, like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe like I talk to him like this, I treat him like this," because I didn't see it from that perspective until she brought it up to me. And she's like, you got to change that, change those words, change your attitude, your communicate, change it.
Well, yeah.
And as soon as I did, things got way better.
And what I want y'all to understand is the words that she did say. I got thick skin, I can handle the words, Now some words I wasn't gonna let slide. I'd be like, hey, yo, you need to chill out, But you gotta also understand the environment of which your wife came from. My wife came from up north, and she came from Bridgeport. So, like, if you know more,
y'all know the port, talk about it. Say something about my port.
Or if you know that women up in the tri-state area kind of really, aggressive.
Gangster. We're gangster.
They're aggressive. They gotta have their own back sometimes, and they wasn't raised with like the Southern hospitality like that. Like down here in the South, they had to really get out and get their own,
We're basically it's called the grind. Okay, we are the grinders. Like,
but I'm not gonna say
up north grind. It's a different grind. Yeah. And I listen. We're gonna do an up north down south talk one day, and I'm gonna have my people come through. There's a different grind between up north grind and the southern grind. Y'all grind is like slowpoke grind. Like y'all be funny. We grind. We're gangster with it. We're a little bit aggressive. It's just different. Growing up in Connecticut, and especially Bridgeport, and then going to college in New York. It's just a whole different way. So the way we talk. So the way we talk, if you guys know, if you're from up north, the way we talk, I didn't think there was nothing wrong with it. Like I would say certain things, and he would look at me like, did you just say, like, I remember when we first was dating and I said something. I don't know if you remember this time, babe.
I do.
And I said something and he was like, you just said that? Like, how are you saying that? And y'all know what I'm talking about. He's like, you're Hispanic. Like, you're Spanish and you're talking like that? Like, yo, you gotta, and you know, well, he didn't say yo, he don't say yo, but he was like, man, you can't be doing that. That was one incident. Another incident, we was up in the country, like Boone land. And I didn't understand too much of like the racism things and all that because honestly, in Connecticut, we didn't really have discussions like that. Yes, it's around, it's in history books, but that's it. Like there's a lot of culture mixes up north, so we didn't really go through that. It's more of a southern thing. So I was saying some things, and Brandon was like, "Yo, you cannot say that. We're like next to this white dude. Like, what are you doing, babe? Like, he got the gun. Like, they for real. Like, they gang people out here." And I was like, "Where are we? Where did you?" It was we was way up north in Georgia. I was like, "What?" Because I'm like, he has a flag on his car. Like, that's so racist. I was just like, "What?" But anyways, next.
So you know, like I said, being a product of your environment, you got to learn to like really work on yourself, and you got to know where you came from to know where you're going. Yeah. Right.
Let's see what else. How about a few compliments for him? Right, work on the compliments. You guys know with ladies, I put all the time. Wives compliment 10 times a day. Work on it. Someone said 5. I say 10. 10 a day. If you struggle with giving your husband 10 compliments a day, like if you're literally at like 10 o'clock at night, like, oh man, I only said 3. What else should I say? Yo, you're cute, you're handsome, you're good. If you're struggling, check yourself.
Or at least, I don't even say you don't have to go like with the 10 confidence, but at least if you wake up in the morning, one of the first things you need to be is grateful for your spouse. You need to say,
I think the 10 compliments goes a long way. And I'm not saying like you got to sit there and count 10. You ain't even notice when I be doing it. Yeah. I'll be sitting here first thing in the morning. Hey, babe, I'm grateful for you. I'm so thankful. Boom. That's two compliments. And then later on in the day, I'll be like, man, I'm so proud of you. Like, yo, you're doing so good when it comes to this. That's already like 4. Yeah. Check. Knock them out. And then he's going throughout the day. He don't even notice it. I'll be like, man, you're so consistent when it comes to, you know, the gym stuff or, you know, you're eating so much better. Boom. I'm already at 6. If you're struggling with talking to your spouse like that, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's like your conversation with your spouse is why communication. Your conversation with your husband as the perfect wife, as the Proverbs wives, should be simple and easy to always flow with just compliments. How glad are you that he knows how to repair your car? But what gives you examples, how much you appreciate his kindness. The couple who appreciate each other and shows it has every reason to expect a wonderful sexual relationship. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Like, practice the 10 compliments and y'all gonna get some more. 10 compliments, and wives, you probably gonna want to give him some, or he's probably gonna come around and try to be all sexy with you because a man likes to be felt prideful. Brandon be like, oh yeah, I know you do too. When you be at work, like, yeah, she proud of me. In your head, I know you kind of get that boost, and then you come home and you want to be like, oh, I'm about to give you this. You think I'm so consistent and I'm so you grateful to me. Let me pound this thing going on. Am I wrong?
Communication. The next one.
I think we're gonna finish here, babe.
All right.
Because we still got like 18 pages to go.
Yeah.
Communication. But even before you make love, you may need to communicate your needs to your husband, frankly and clearly. This one we could just break it down because it really just. I'm trying to see the time on here. Why isn't it coming up? That's like wrong. Mm-hmm. Communicate. This is basically saying that you should relate and communicate. Talk to each other about
your expectations. Or it's like even before you have sex, what you expect, even after sex, communicate what you like, what you didn't like.
It says right here, we wish in silence or we suffer in silence or we hope that this time he will be different, that this time he will think of doing that when we long for him. So that's like you just said, what you want before. Like if you are like, let's say.
No, if you're not having an orgasm, right? basically, if you're not having an orgasm, right?
No, I was just gonna say if you want maybe like a different type of kiss.
Yeah, but just I want to go with the orgasm thing.
You just want to go straight to the orgasm.
If you're not having an orgasm, right? This was happening. Ladies, this is what's happening because I was really reading this part. She was kind of doing a little bit of work. If you're having an orgasm, you are wishing in silence that it happened, or you're suffering.
So if you're not having an orgasm.
Yeah, if you're not suffering, that you hope that he'll do something different than he did before. Remember, us fellas, right? Y'all gotta tell us, you know. Y'all gotta tell us. We don't read minds. We gotta know like this move, that move, right? So you wishing something would happen and it's not happening. Now you suffering in silence because you're not even talking about it, right?
Yep. Thinking he gonna do it the next time.
And so you think you got expectations that this time is gonna be different. Why not just tell him what the heck he's doing wrong?
Or what he's not doing.
Or what he's not doing. Yeah. Like why don't you,
or what you prefer or what you want to work on.
You know. Now that's not like a power struggle. You telling him something that's gonna please you, and when he pleases you, that's gonna make him more happy, right?
But that's kind of like the scenario where your friend is saying that the spouse gaining some weight or something, right? And you don't know how to tell the spouse that, hey, because that's a sexual thing, that's in the room thing.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're not feeling me, because you know what, babe, you did come from Colombia and you kind of did gain some pounds, and you didn't tell me, but then you just stopped having sex with me, like shorten it, I'm gonna be like, yo, what's wrong? You know, you gotta communicate that.
That's when you gotta be like, hey, I think we both need to work out together because you both are one. So, you know,
maybe you can motivate me.
You can motivate, and that honestly, it talks about this in this chapter about we'll get into it a little bit later, but it talks about you working out together. It helps you in your golden years when the kids leave. Like when the kids leave, that now is courtship for each other, right? Y'all courting each other by just working out together and establishing that relationship.
Where'd it go?
Well, yeah.
Wasn't we in communication?
Yeah.
Just disappear?
Right here.
Oh, so it goes back to attitude again?
Yeah, but it's action and attitude.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Let's keep going. This is the last one. Realizing that the wife has been living a lie, a husband may well wonder what other areas of the relationship has been dishonest. So now you're breaking the trust, or you're having issues.
And this goes back to faking the orgasm. You faking the orgasm, and then you're done with faking it. Now you finally tell him, right? So now that you tell him, you done devastated him, messed up his ego, and then now that you've been lying this whole time about having an orgasm, he's wondering, well, if I'm not giving you an orgasm, who is?
No.
Let me tell you. I ain't finished. Who is, or what else are you lying to me about?
Right. Do you really have money in the bank, or are you lying?
Yeah. Like, if I'm not giving you the orgasm, then, you know, I'm like, for real. Like,
are you using something else? Yeah, you got a toy,
like,
you got a friend.
So you just going the whole time without just having an orgasm? We not working on this problem?
That's horrible. Like, y'all wives, we need to be having orgasms. That's what we're talking about,
okay? Called suffering in silence.
Wives, I want y'all to hear me for real. Y'all need to be having some orgasms. Like, for real. Like, I read a chapter on it. I'm not even being funny. Like, this is serious health, connection, oneness. Like, that's why God made it. Why do you guys think God made such a thing as an orgasm? Like, to have it, like it says, he gets joy out of the spouse having orgasms with their spouse, the husband or the wife, right? Next, all these techniques are tried. You may find pretense becoming a wonderful reality. So it says, make some graceful suggestions to your husband concerning techniques you've read about without any hint of criticism. That's good. So help each other out. Talk about it. I think that's it for today, because it's going to get into attitudes and actions, and it's already 45 minutes, and I want to keep it at that 45-minute mark. So I definitely, 49 minutes, perfect. I definitely appreciate you guys hopping on. So for Thursday, are we getting on? Are we doing ladies?
Yeah, we're going to get, you want to finish it with ladies night? You can finish this rest with ladies night, but of course, husband should.
I want
No,
to
we can
do.
do.
I'd rather do this for
All right.
ladies' night. We're gonna do the marriage talk continuation of attitudes and action. You're a parent. We're gonna finish this chapter. The security of Christian love and children are priorities, and then that's pretty
Advice
much
for
it.
brides.
So, a couple more pages to go, guys. We appreciate you guys hopping on. We're excited. This chapter is really, really important. Us wives, and it's funny because the day before yesterday, I told Brandon, before I even knew this chapter was coming, I told Brandon, I said, babe, I just want to be the best, most perfect wife to you ever. And we were in the bed, and then y'all don't even know what he said because he was like, I told y'all yesterday or Monday, he just blew it off like, well, you know what you need to do. And I was like, dude, stay in the moment. You're messing up the vibe. So, but I'm glad I said that because then this chapter comes up and I also do have the book of Proverbs Woman, Proverbs 31. So it's been helping me. It's really good. Check it out. I'll probably talk about it at my ladies one of these nights. But I appreciate y'all getting on. Anything you wanna?
No, appreciate all y'all for getting on. Like I said, this platform is really just to bless other marriages as well as bless us. Thank y'all for being on this journey with us. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in YouTube, Instagram, Marriage Porn. Follow us again on Instagram, Marriage P.O.R.N.
He just like to say it.
Pure Open.
Open, baby.
Renew and navigate.
Why you cheating?
Also go to the webpage, Barker Worldwide, direct.me/Barker Worldwide.
Thank y'all.
And just keep checking out. Hey, like and subscribe to when it loads up on YouTube or Facebook, like and subscribe. So then you also get the notifications of when we do go live. Thank you guys again. Have a great day.
Thank you. Glossy lips. But you know you can press end on your with your finger.